Have you ever heard a tree speak? What if an entire forest whispered to you? Picture this. A group of eager hikers, their hearts pounding with the thrill of adventure, their minds filled with the anticipation of uncharted wilderness. They're a diverse bunch, some seasoned trekkers, others rookies, but all united by the call of the great outdoors. Laughter and camaraderie fill the air, serving as a stark contrast to the silent, looming woods that stand before them. The trees seem almost sentient, their branches swaying as if whispering secrets to each other. The hikers are blissfully unaware of the enigma that lies in the heart of these woods, the whispers of the past that have long been carried in the wind. As the fiery orb of the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, the hikers take their first step into the forest. As the sun set, the hikers set their foot into the forest, unaware of the whispers that would soon fill their ears. As darkness fell, the silence of the forest was replaced by an eerie whispering. The once tranquil wilderness was now filled with a spectral symphony of hushed voices, weaving an ethereal tapestry that seemed to hang in the chilly air. The hikers, a motley crew of thrill-seekers and nature enthusiasts, exchanged glances, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of their flashlights. Curiosity tingled in their spines, an irresistible pull towards the unknown. A few of them chuckled nervously, their laughter swallowed by the endless expanse of the forest. The bravest among them tried to mimic the whispers, their voices echoing back at them, distorted and unrecognizable. They ventured deeper into the woods, the whispers guiding them like a siren's song. Each rustle of the leaves, every creak of the branches was met with a heightened sense of anticipation. They strained their ears, attempting to make sense of the murmurs that seemed to be coming from all directions. The forest, however, refused to reveal its secrets, its whispers remaining an enigma. As they journeyed through the undergrowth, their initial curiosity slowly turned into apprehension. The whispers were no longer just an intriguing mystery. They were an ominous presence, an unseen entity that was always just out of sight. The forest, which had once seemed so inviting, was now a labyrinth of shadows and whispers, its allure replaced by an unnerving sense of dread. Their laughter faded, their steps grew hesitant, their voices hushed. The whispers seemed to be growing louder, their tone more urgent. The hikers could not shake off the feeling that they were no longer alone, that they were being watched, followed. The forest was no longer a silent witness to their journey. It was an active participant, its whispers a chilling reminder of their vulnerability. The hikers were now caught in a psychological tug of war, their minds torn between rational thought and primal fear. They tried to convince themselves that it was all in their heads, that the whispers were nothing more than the wind playing tricks. But as they huddled together, the whispers enveloping them like a shroud, they couldn't help but wonder. As the whispers grew louder, so did their fear. But was it just their imagination playing tricks? The whispers weren't just noises, they were voices from the past, stories of lost souls who once roamed these woods. The forest was more than trees and foliage, it was a graveyard of stories. It was as if every leaf that rustled, every branch that snapped, was a tale trying to escape the confines of time. One tale was of a young couple lost in the wilderness, their hopeful whispers of love turned into cries for help, echoing through the decades. Their desperate pleas were now part of the symphony of sorrow that the hikers were forced to endure. Then there was the story of the lost child, a little girl who had wandered off the path. Her innocent giggles had turned into panicked sobs, her lullabies now laments in the wind. Her voice a chilling reminder of the dangers that lurk within the deceptive beauty of the woods. And who could forget the tale of the old hermit? His lonely murmurs of solitude had grown into the mad ramblings of a man consumed by the forest. His voice was a haunting melody of regret and madness that seeped into the very heart of the hikers. With every step they took, the hikers were walking deeper into the haunted history of the forest. The whispers weren't just sounds, they were echoes of the past, of lives lost and fears realized. The hikers' laughter faded, their adventurous spirits crushed under the weight of the forest's haunted past. Fear crept into their hearts, their faces pale, their eyes wide. The once thrilling hike had turned into a desperate struggle for sanity. The forest was no longer a playground, it was a prison of the past. As the sun began to set, the whispers grew louder, more desperate. The forest seemed to close in around them, the darkness swallowing the last rays of light. The whispers weren't just stories anymore, they were warnings, cries of terror from the past. The forest held its breath, the whispers became screams, and the hikers, they were trapped in the haunted echo of the past. Fear can drive a man to madness, and in these whispering woods, fear was the only companion. These brave hikers, once filled with excitement and camaraderie, now found themselves in a chilling dance with dread. Their hearts raced not from the physical exertion of the hike, but from the cold terror that gripped them in its icy fingers. As they pushed forward, their minds became a battlefield, their sanity the prize. Each rustle of leaves, each snap of a twig, amplified by the eerie silence, echoed like a symphony of horror in their ears. The whispers, those ethereal voices from the past, relentlessly pursued them, wrapping around their minds like a fog, obscuring reality and blurring the lines between the living and the dead. Their eyes darted in panic, their breaths came in ragged gasps, their bodies trembled not from the cold but from the fear that consumed them. They were no longer merely hikers, they had become prey, hunted by an unseen predator lurking in the shadows of the whispering woods. Each step they took was a step further into the abyss of insanity. The whispers continued to haunt them, growing louder, more insistent, like a relentless tide battering against the cliffs of their sanity. The voices told tales of sorrow, tales of fear, tales that threatened to pull them under into a sea of madness. The once strong bonds of friendship began to fray as suspicion and paranoia took root. The trust they had in each other, eroded by the relentless whispers, left them isolated in their fear. They were together, yet alone, collectively descending into madness. As they stumbled through the darkened woods, their frantic attempts to escape only seemed to pull them deeper into the heart of the haunting wilderness. The forest, once a haven of natural beauty, had become a labyrinth of fear, its paths leading not to safety, but to the depths of terror. As the night drew on, the whispers grew silent. But was the nightmare over, or had it just begun? In the chilling silence, the unseen terror was more terrifying than the whispers. The hikers were now enveloped in a cocoon of dread, the forest's eerie quietness amplifying their mounting paranoia. The wind had ceased its rustling, the nocturnal fauna had muted their symphony, and the whispers that had been their constant, uninvited companions were now ominously absent. There was a certain kind of terror that seeped into their bones, a fear that twisted their guts into knots. It was the fear of the unseen, the unknown, the unspoken. It was the fear of the silence that was louder than any scream, the fear of the darkness that seemed ready to swallow them whole. It was the fear of their own minds, of what they could do to each other in their panic. Their trust in each other started to erode, replaced by a gnawing suspicion that was just as insidious as the unseen terror that stalked them. Their camaraderie, once a beacon of light in the dreadful wilderness, was now a dim flicker of its former self. The whispers of the past had done their job well, sowing seeds of discord within the group, turning them against each other. One by one they succumbed to their paranoia. Arguments erupted, accusations flew, alliances shifted. Friend turned against friend, brother against brother. The once united group of hikers was now a fragmented mess of fear and suspicion. The silence of the woods had become their enemy, the unseen terror their tormentor. In this wilderness, they discovered the monsters within them. The unseen terror had not just been an external force, but also the darkness within their own hearts. The whispers had only been a catalyst, a trigger to unleash the beast that lurked within each of them. In their fear, they had become the monsters they feared, but the real horror was still to come. The unseen terror was far from over. The whispering woods had more tales to tell, more horrors to unveil. The hiker's ordeal was far from over, and the true terror was yet to be revealed. As dawn broke, the forest seemed to return to its peaceful state. But were they really safe? A sigh of relief swept through the group of hikers as the first rays of sunlight pierced the dense canopy above, casting long, ghostly shadows on the forest floor. Their hearts, which had been pounding like war drums, now began to slow. The whispers, the chilling echoes of the past, seemed to have retreated into the silent corners of the wilderness. But in this deceptive calm there was an unsettling feeling, a sense that they were not alone, that their every move, every breath was being watched by an unseen entity, an entity that lurked in the shadows, that spoke through the rustling leaves and the creaking branches. Just as they began to see the exit of the forest, a chilling whisper echoed through the stillness. You can leave the forest, but the forest never leaves you. What did it mean? Well, that's a story for another time.